Hey, I'm Chris and thanks for joining me on this video where we get the chaser prepped up for some paint. First things first, let's get rid of all the parts that we don't need. So just working through the trees, just removing the parts I don't need. I do have a little spares box. I keep all spare parts, you don't see me chucking anyway. Any bits that aren't required in the kits, because you never know what you might need them for in the future. So this video, I've tried to actually get some footage of actually doing some work. So parts of this video will be normal speed, as you can see here. I have actually sped this bit up 8 times just to get through. So the video is not like uber long. So I've removed all the parts that aren't required for this kit build, particularly in this version. And what I'm doing now is just removing all the parts from the trees. So I can get them on clip sticks, ready to get them all primed and painted. So some of the parts, if I can, I'll leave them on like a single contact point on a piece of part of the tree. That way it's quite easy to hold on via a clip. Like for example, you know, like the handbrake lever or the gear stick. If the connection point is below, I'll leave it on part of the stick, so it's easy to clip. And also what I do as well with the trees, obviously we all need steerers, they need to steer our paints, so I get any nice long parts of the trees, instead of throwing them away, I use the long parts, so they're quite handy for stirring the paint in the pots. Here at the back of the seat, as you can see, just test fitting it, I sanded down the edge of the back insert. Just tidying up the actual seat itself, removing any flash. There's only a tiny little bit of flash, and that's the only flash I could see in the kit, actually, to be fair. But then just tidying up the actual seat itself. And then using some of this 500 sanding sponge from Street Blisters, just smoothing the edges out, getting rid of the mould line seams, smoothing around the headrest. And, you know, just basically getting it smooth, just giving it a better appearance than having a big old line up down either side. So the 500 sanding sponge made light work of it, as you can see there. To the left, the sanded one, compared to the standard one on the right, and I think it just looks much better. It gives a much nicer appearance when it comes to getting paint down and getting it all assembled. So you see they look nice and smooth. There's little indentations either side, but I don't worry about that really. As long as the main mould line's gone, it's absolutely fine. So this bit here, just test fitting the rear panel. And I'm using some full fat Tamiya cement in the white bottle lid, as you can see. I like to make sure there's plenty of cement in there, so when I push it down, it will go up and, you know, fill as much of the join seams as possible. And then once the panel's in place, give it a quick squeeze, and then I'll just run some extra thin over the gaps as well, just to try and solidify that even more from the top and the exterior. Try and get that the capillary action to pull some in, and just try and, you know, basically welding it up, sealing it up shut as best as I can. I will be honest, it won't be perfect, but you know, it does make a bit of a difference. And then you'll see, obviously, in the next video when I'll go through on the next video the parts primed up as we speak. All the parts are primed up, and you'll see it does actually look all right. So what I've done here as well is with these brake discs, I've actually snipped them off individually, and I've just on the back of them I've marked a number 3, for example these, because these are both 43, and the next one's both 44, because they are both 44. It's just easier to, when it comes to assembly, know which ones are which, because I won't be painting the back of them, so yeah, I've been cutting them off individually. Ready for getting clip sticks on. Back when I was using spray cans, I would have left them all on the tree and sprayed them all at once, but with an airbrush I like to paint them all individually. Here, just getting the Vertex body kit ready, just getting the side skirts all trimmed down, getting the contact points removed, and just giving them a sand up, and just test dry fitting them there, seeing how they fit on. They just fit on fairly well, to be honest. They just drop on. There's kind of like grooves as such where they kind of like fit into. So just measuring them up, and then the same with the bumper, just clearing off the contact points on the back, and then just seeing how it'll fit over the rear of the car. It will have to be glued on top of the already moulded in bumper, because the moulded in bumper has got the points to hold the chassis into place when assembling the body onto the undercarriage. And it does fit on pretty well, to be fair, and I mean that just looks awesome already. I love the Vertex styling. You know, I loved it on the Silvia S13, and that's why I wanted this kit for a long time, because of the Vertex styling. I just like the way it looks. As mentioned in the unboxing video, the same what I did with the seats, with this exhaust, I'm going to make like a cement weld by loading it up on the inside with some cement, and then when applying the two pieces together, applying a bit of pressure so it kind of like seeps out and fills the gap. So I'm just loading that up. I've only got the extra thin quick dry, I haven't got the normal extra thin. I didn't want to use the full fat because that just gets too messy. I don't need the full fat for this. You just need enough, but not too much, for making this weld seam thing, you know. So, like I said as well, with the seats, as I record this, everything's already been primed and painted. And by no means does it look perfect, but you'll see in the next video. It does look much better than just the two parts just glued together with a join line all the way down the sides. That's really visible. Hopefully this shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, it's got some Mr. Surface on it now as I look at it, and it looks alright. So yeah, like I say, you'll see that in the next video. But as on here, you know, I've loaded it up on the inside, got the two parts together, loaded a bit more on the outside to get the pedal action to pull it in, and then just giving it a squeeze just to get that bit of extra coming out. And you can just see there the join line. There is a join line there. As you say, it's hard. I don't know how, but somehow I've kind of melted the exhaust on one side with the cement. Yeah, it's fine on one side and it really made it wrinkle on the other. Weird. So just sanding it smooth. I can't remember what sanding sponge I was using, to be honest, at this point, but as you can see there, look, it's just starting to smooth it off, and it is leaving a little bit of a thing there, but it's not as bad. Like this side, that's much better than what it was. And like I say, you're just seeing it now, just, you know, cemented, sanded, and it does look much better painted. So I look forward to showing you that. So yeah, just a bit more sanding just to get that smoothed off a little bit more. And I just thought, you know what, I'm quite happy with that. You know, once it's got a bit of Mr. Surfacer on, once it's got some colour on, I think it'll look alright. So here you can see the non-sanded back of the seat, and you can see it's just slightly raised. And then obviously the back of this one where I've sanded it smooth. Like I say, it's the join seam lines, they aren't completely disappeared, but it's much better. It's much better. So now everything else is all prepped up and ready to go on clip sticks, ready for priming. I thought I'd get the body ready for priming as well. So I've just marked up the seam lines with a silver Sharpie just to make them stand out a bit more, so it's a bit more of a visual aid when sanding down the mould lines. And I used some 600 sanding sponge to not only remove the mould lines but also to key the whole body, as you can see. Just to give it a better holding base for the primer to go on. So as you can see, just getting absolutely everywhere, and even, you know, behind where the skirts and the rear bumper will fit, I've still, you know, sanded down on them. Hopefully give a better contact point for the skirts being fitted. But there we are. You know, I did actually try to record assembling the skirts and the bumper. Unfortunately, it was all off camera, but I can show you it was easy enough. Anyway, this is all ready to go for some priming, so watch out for the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.